Y'all about to excuse me because I'm driving, but at the same time I really I wanna talk about something. When you in a relationship, it's not it's like your significant other is not they're not your therapist, bro. They're not your therapist. Like we can be here for you as much as we can, but and I believe toxic when a person is consistently pulling and requiring your energy, requiring not just your energy, but like that optimistic or inspirational, super high vibrational side that needs to listen to everything that ever went wrong with you or ever happened to you, or you know that repeatedly is depression. It's depression. It causes depression. It causes mental instability. Like, that's why therapists get paid so much money, because they go home with your problems. I mean, it's cool to have a shoulder to lean on, but whenever you have to have, like, it is days. Whenever you are every day, or you know, even if you need a moment to yourself out of every day, that's fine. That's fine. Like, do that for yourself, but don't don't try to put all your problems on that person every single day just because that's your significant other. I understand they have to be there for you, and they're gonna be there for you. But at the same time, they have their own issues that they're trying to work out, and their own plans that they're trying to solve. And you know, it's okay for every now and then, and whenever things are really rough, or but it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of weight, and then to be summed up as a person that oh, you just don't take the time to talk to me or to listen to me, or you know, you're not compassionate, or I feel like men or people, they receive that type of comment, but in all actuality, you can give and give and give until you don't have anything left, and then people are still trying to take, and it's not that type of no relationship should be just you giving and giving and giving and giving. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy, and whenever like I'm starting to learn, like, boundaries, like healthy boundaries, setting healthy boundaries in every relationship, because I realize I have been a giver in every relationship, and maybe I am making that happen. Maybe I'm the reason that all these relationships are going sour, because I am enabling them to 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 do this on their own. Always being there, always being supportive, always having the resources, always being that person. That gets very exhaustive. And a lot of times, whenever you appear that way to people, they don't call anybody else, unless you just don't pick up. But that's using people. That's using a person. No one wants to feel used, because a lot of times after those relationships, which I have experienced, those people don't even, they're using you because you're useful. And after you're useless because they've exhausted you, and you are depleted, and you need time, they don't help you get that. They don't help you recenter, rebalance. No, because they're still waiting for you to get back right so they can continue to take what they cannot generate on their own. Like, they can't generate it. And that's why they call them energy vampires. They cannot generate this type of they can't generate that type of love, or that type of ability to just cope, or and I feel like sometimes this links to spirit, quite frankly, because with me, at least, I feel like I tap into a higher power, a power that is greater than myself, a power that will withstand any and every obstacle. You know, I'm able to put my faith in that alone. And in a way, it boosts me. It gives me power to feel like I am standing on something that's bigger than me. Like I'm being carried, you know. And I feel like whenever you get in those relationships where it's really one sided or they really dependent on you or very codependent, you know, on you to make them happy or to make them feel better at every time, it's really unfair because it's one sided. It's one sided, man. Like therapists don't get paid all that money for nothing. For real. They go and they listen to all these fucked up stories. They listen to those fucked up stories out for everybody. And they listening to all this stuff that done happened to these people. They real stories. Real. Like these are real events. And people don't go to counseling because, oh, this is just a nice little story that I'm gonna tell you and everything. Oh no. They're going to counseling because this is some shit that has traumatized their whole fucking life, and they cannot shake it loose. They can't shake it loose. There is professional help for stuff like that. Just quite frankly, it's professional help. And I feel like people really need to use those resources as far as getting that. Because going into a relationship and just thinking, oh yeah, well, I can just put all this on you. That it doesn't work that way, bro. It don't work that way. It don't. It's a give and take. It's a give and take. And honestly, you gotta be able to do more than just say it's gonna be okay. You know? Like some people they listen to your problem, but they ain't really trying to help you solve it. They just be like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, damn. And that's it. I had somebody tell me that I go to solve the problem too quickly. I don't understand that. What is the point? What's the point of talking about the problem if we're not going to talk about the solution? Do you want the solution? Do you want to talk about the problem? These are to me these are things that, quite frankly, it just don't make sense. They don't add up. If you want to be around, and the thing is, maybe it's just different people. Different people, you know, mess with different people differently or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody for everybody, that type of thing. If and I guess I'm just not that person. I'm not a type of person that's gonna sit around and just talk about people's problems and talk about you know all your problems, and that's just it. Why do I want to talk about all the problems? I don't understand what that does for you, for me, for anybody. You know, but I mean, getting it off your chest, I get it. If it's just for the sole purpose of getting it off your chest, cool. All right. But you need to tell somebody that, hey, I just want you to listen to me, because nobody can read your mind. We're not mind readers. I'm not a mind reader. I cannot tell you what you thinking about, when you thinking about it, that you just want me to listen, or that you just really want to talk about the problem, and even though your man, or even though there is a solution, just you want to talk about the problem. You know, that is a waste of time to me. Quite frankly, that is a waste of time. I mean, what is the point of talking about a problem for like 20 minutes out of every day if you can solve it tomorrow? Somebody help me make sense of it, honestly, because it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And I know that people can be like, "Oh well, you as a boyfriend should be able to listen." Da, da, da. You know what? Fuck that, because I listen. And as I'm listening, I'm eating it all up. I'm eating it. I'm feeding off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's getting into me. It's getting into my soul, getting into my spirit. Especially if you're talking about something that's really, really triggering or really fucked up. Like, hold on. Like, that's a trigger warning, bro. Trigger warning. This information that I'm about to tell you is possibly gonna traumatize the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just a warning. You know, you just don't throw it in people's face and then get mad because they don't want to deal with it. Everybody's not built to just put all your problems on them, and then it be the same problems that you want to continue to talk about, or you want to talk about somebody else's problems, and you got them same problems, bro. What? It don't make no sense to me, quite frankly. Why talk about cheating in another person's relationship whenever you can't keep your ass to yourself? To me, I mean, maybe I just don't have I don't have the patience these days, but I ain't built like that. Why point out this person's problem right here, and I got the same problem? You know what I'm saying? And if I'm around good company and I do that, they'll check me and let me know, like, hey, bro, didn't you just deal with that, or didn't you do that? You know what I'm saying? So I can be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold me accountable. I want to be held accountable, quite frankly, because I want to grow. Hold me accountable because I want to grow, bro. I don't want to be in this world doing the same thing every day, wondering why ain't nothing changed. I want to grow. I want to be somebody. I want to change my life. I want it to be better. I don't want to talk about the same problems that fucking happened 4 or 5 years ago. I don't. I want to be better. If I'm talking about those problems because I have the solution, I found something out. That's what I'm gonna talk about. I found something out. Yo, this thing that I was struggling with, let me tell you something. I just had to let it go. Or I just had to do, you know what I'm saying? I just had to I had to cry it out, or I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to go get off my ass and go get a job, or I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be of course other things, but what I'm saying is I don't really share a lot of my misery and stuff like that unless I have a solution. Because why would I lead you to a dark place for you to get stuck? Do I want you to get stuck there? And you keep leading me there because you're stuck there. If we both get stuck there, then what? I mean, what is it gonna take? Honestly, what is it gonna take to really be like, okay, let me let me put some extra hours in so I can afford counseling, or why don't I just ask the company for counseling, or like, mental health is so important. It's so important, and these days I feel like it's so much spiritual stuff out here on tarot. To mental health has been on the rise, as far as, like, you know people being more hip to it, more aware and knowledgeable, and probably seeing the signs of when a person is going through something so they can possibly help them, you know. But that's the whole point of helping, listening to them. Helping them is, adding a solution, resources, so the help that's going to be effective. Listening is not effective help. You've already heard that same story, and how far did it get you to listen to it repeatedly? It doesn't work that way. Don't work that way. And quite frankly, if you continue to feel these things and stuff like that, then more than likely there is some kind of diagnosis. It's breaking up, but I'm think about it though. Hit me up, send me. I don't feel like I'm tripping. I don't feel like I'm tripping. I feel like way more serious. And these people that get into relationships, they need to focus. Man. Are you in the mental state to really get into a relationship? Are you going to help the person that you with? If you get into that relationship, are you looking for something because you feel bad and you want to feel good? That's toxic. Stop it. All right. I'm a holler. Hope that was helpful for somebody. If not, it's an open conversation. Hit me up. Peace.